see the videos of those guys, those people smashing their PS4s outside the stores? They went in, bought a PS4, and smashed it in front of all the people that were waiting in line.
I love it. I've seen a few of those for, I don't know, the Xbox, the original Xbox, and the Xbox 360. I haven't seen that for this.
I'm not sure of the reasoning behind that.
They raise money to do it.
You raise money to do what, though? Like, what are you protesting corporate greed? You already gave them your money.
Yeah, I don't know what the purpose is. Maybe see a reaction of the people in line. I don't know exactly, but they raise money. People give them money so they can go buy one and then go outside and smash it. This is what people pay for.
All right, underway.
What's wrong with people paying for shit like that? Honestly,
Yeah.
what seriously?
Pay for
what
all
is wrong
sorts of
with
things.
Maybe they should pay money.
Ham has given them money, so
I've
he's
not.
got to justify it now.
I've not. I had the same sort of questions as you. Why are they paying for this? And then it turns out there's some website associated with it where people can donate money, and that was years ago when the other consoles had just come out. And I think people would be better off paying somebody to come to their home and smash what they already have.
Things that they own.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh shit! Wrong house.
Probably happened.
Probably has.
All right, it's November 17th, and you're probably watching Mods on Air.
2 FPS, 3 RPGs, and 5 sim-type games.
Yeah.
I think you'd be able to come up with one here.
I'm actually pulling this one hard.
Ask all the people that need hacks to play Call of Duty. I could hear you groaning inwardly every time Sin was mentioned. You're just cringing.
All right, welcome everyone to episode 402 of Mods on Air, bringing you the week in gaming news as modders, developers, and gamers ourselves. I am foyleman, and also on the show today we have with us Breesy. Hello, Breesy.
Hello.
Hey, and we also have Ham. Hello, Ham.
Hey, everybody.
And we have Stryder. Hello, Stryder.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, so before we begin, let me remind you all that the show is recorded before a live audience. You can join us and discuss the topics in the little chat window over there. It's always the opposite of where I want to point. And those of you who haven't heard the show before, there may be some explicit language or adult themes. Or silence. Okay.
For the whole hour, just silent.
Yeah.
You can stare at us. We'll stare at you.
Test pattern tone. That's what you're going to get for a whole hour.
Could be. Somebody did come up with a custom test pattern. I think that's in one of our topics later on.
Is it like someone just sitting there for an hour? Neener, 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 neener.
It's not a tone, it's just a screen. Like that. Over there.
Cool.
It's for indies. And apparently Indian heads has to do with indies. I don't know.
We should make something like that with gears on it for when our show fails.
Don't we already have something for when our show fails? I think we have lots of stuff because it happened quite
Yeah,
often.
it's called a black screen because you're the one that causes our show to fail. And that's if yours goes down, we all go down. It's like, oh, all right.
I found it. Technical difficulties, please stand by. And I have gentle jazz while you wait. Okay, so we have some topics to talk about here. First of all, what came up in the news is this thing from BioShock Infinite. That's the latest DLC, if I am correct. As for... Wow. I now changed top.
Burial at sea.
Correct. And apparently they have to apologize. Is that right? Okay, because the length. They are apologizing for the length of this DLC piece. Because it is what? If you play straight through it, it is only like 2 hours or 3 hours. I forget what it is.
Just a little over 2 hours.
Yep. And it costs about $10 US, I think it was. Is that right?
Yep.
I know I looked it up. About $10 for this thing.
What
And
is
they're
the
apologizing because it's so short.
But what does the original game play like 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours.
I think I
Not
might
sure,
be
didn't
8 to
buy
10.
it.
Why would you apologize? You're releasing 1/3 essentially time-wise gameplay of the original game for 1/6 of the price. You're getting a hell of a deal. Shut the fuck up. You don't like it, don't buy it.
That's the point.
Apologizing for it though. They are actually people are saying they should apologize for it, and they are defending it, saying that they went for quality over quantity.
Mm-hmm. Regardless.
And to be fair to them, I think they did completely redo it. It's not even in the same. They've gone back to Rapture now on this DLC. They're not on the new, whatever that place is called. So they're saying by the time they built all that, yeah.
Right, so they're not using any of the original assets at all, pretty much.
No.
And if you read through the comments, I don't understand what the big deal is, because most of the comments when I was reading them were all positive. Like, we understand, that makes sense. Again, don't buy it if you don't want it. Although if you're buying it, you don't know how long it's going to be, how much gameplay, so you don't know what you're getting until you actually pay for it, and by then it's too late. So that's an interesting point to bring up.
Yeah.
So you wait until one person's reviewed it. Stop being such a fanboy and buying shit before it's released. Oh, it just came out today. I have to buy it. You know what? No, you don't.
Don't. If you buy the first one, don't you get the second one? Or I could be wrong about this. I don't know, but I know it's being released in 2 or 3 parts. I think probably 2. So I'm not certain if you buy this first one, if you get the second
one.
Okay.
Episode 1. That's as far as it goes.
I mean, I can understand people being upset if it was unreasonably priced. If it was like, $20.
If it was $30 or $40, like some of the DLC that comes out for Call of Rip-Off Duty.
Yeah.
That's a $20 DLC. For what? 3 maps that are already existing that you've put no extra effort into? What the fuck? This is a $10 DLC that is providing an extra 2 hours of single-player gameplay. That is what DLC should be. DLC shouldn't be multiplayer maps that exist already. DLC shouldn't be... DLC should be downloaded content that adds to the existing game. It doesn't just provide something that already exists in the game.
And DLC should be... I don't know. DLC should be something that's not required for the full experience, which this is definitely not, because the story of Columbia concluded with the game, so this is something completely optional, and it should sort of just provide you with a worthwhile experience. I don't think you should go in expecting for $10 the same game or the length of the same game. That would be an expansion, not DLC.
And DLC should never be a multiplayer. DLC, and the reason for that is because then you segregate your multiplayer base.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just a fail. Period.
Well, you brought up Call of Duty again. I work with somebody who likes the Call of Duty series. He says he likes it on the Xbox. He just has fun playing it at home, and so he enjoys keep getting it. Now we got the latest version, and at first he was like, "Oh, this is not so bad. I kind of like it." And a week later, he came back and says, "I hate the game." And now this is an interesting point, though. He hates the game because they changed it.
Changed it how?
They made it bigger.
Doesn't seem very changed.
They made the maps bigger.
Yeah, it's no longer this small combat. It's this bigger area that he has to run around in, and he keeps getting lost.
Yeah, which won't work on it because of the number of players. You can only do the bigger maps if you've got the more players.
Right.
So I can sort of understand what he's saying. I've actually heard a lot of people saying about the maps are so big that you just don't see anyone for ages.
Yes.
You just run around.
And then you're dead, suddenly.
Oh my god.
You're dead, yeah.
Oh my god, a console player's going to have to develop tactics. I have.
Oh, what happened there?
Well, you turned into a hot dog.
All the Skype video disappeared on me.
I turned into my picture. Yeah, what'd you do here?
I didn't do anything. I'm just sitting here. It was Morphus.
He's
the one that said something in the chat window when it all
Whoa. It says you need Skype Premium.
At exactly 12 p.m. it died.
Skype's just screwed us.
Oh,
Wow.
Microsoft. Microsoft has just killed Skype
They are back in.
at exactly
back in the
12
hot
p.m.
seat.
Eastern, huh? No, that's 12:15 there. Okay, so that's going to make for some interesting shows.
What's going on here?
According to what you guys are saying, you have to have premium as well in order for video to work.
That's the
Don't
pop-up
you
I've
love
got.
Microsoft?
I have premium because I was told that one of us has to have premium.
Well,
Originally.
now it looks like we all have to have premium.
You need Skype Premium to make a group video call. I'm not making it. I'm in it.
Oh. Yeah, exactly. I'll hang up and call you guys again if you want.
Yeah, let's try that.
Okay. Let's see if I can get rid of my little tiny video in there.
Oh, there we are. They're back.
Oh, Microsoft.
Okay, we're back. That's funny. It's a good time to move on to something else anyways. Okay. Came across another game in here called Sonder, which is about to, is about to be developed, I guess, because it's just announced. It is going to be a third-person action adventure. I have a video to go with it.
I have a link somewhere. There it is.
It's narrative focused. But you know what? Somebody's trying something different, I guess. How many narrative focused are there? How about that funky music? Well, the game looks decent. I just don't know how it's going to play. It could be ridiculous. I mean, this is just the announcement. It is not going to be much more than that.
He's in the white room with
Why is there always a
dark
fat guy
curtains.
with a Hawaiian shirt?
There's always a
His
fat
face.
guy with a Hawaiian shirt.
So the question is, what happens in the game based on what you do in the game? And that's what they were trying to show you. That you do one thing, and then they rewound it and said if you do another thing, something else is happening.
Do I do this line of blow off this hooker's back?
Long as it's not a create your own adventure game, because I keep trying them and I keep getting screwed every time.
Fuck.
They create your own adventure.
Every time someone says create your own adventure, I just picture the Family Guy where Peter's like, do you stab the dragon or I'm gonna stab the dragon. Oh, no!
My finger was still on the page.
Yeah. Saw that, Lois. Saw that, Lois. My finger didn't leave the page.
All right. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
That doesn't look like a make your own adventure. It looks like puzzle solving.
Yeah.
All right. So we have DayZ trying to promote their Arma 2 mod slash
DayZ.
game. DayZ.
Easy.
DayZ. That's what I said.
Every time I look at DayZ, I just think, it was a good idea, but it was never gonna work.
That's a full-on game.
Breesy, would that be DayZ for you?
Yeah.
Yeah, DayZ. It would be here as well.
It's a good concept, the whole idea of it. It was new when it first came out, but I don't know if anyone else here played it, because I know,
There's
well,
too much
obviously I did.
creeping. It's insane.
Yeah, it is. It's
Mhm.
PvP. That's all it is. It's
It's supposed to be group
deathmatch.
PvE,
yeah.
but the problem is I think it was Ham that nailed it. You get everybody is so paranoid of anybody getting anywhere close to it, or of anybody getting anywhere close to you, that they shoot first and look later. So the first thing you do is you get wounded so that you're at 5% health, and then if you actually like brush against a tree or something, you die.
Brush against the tree. That's realism for you.
Yeah.
This
What
has
took
been
you
in
down?
development
Pine
for a
needles?
long time now, and looking at it, it doesn't look
Well, it's released,
like
though,
it has.
isn't it? Oh, the alpha is
no,
out?
the mod is still out. The mod is
Okay.
still going,
Yeah.
but this is actually the standalone. But it doesn't look like they've been working on it for that long.
Right.
It doesn't look much different to the mod, apart from this screen where you've got them sorting out his gear. That's different.
Mhm.
But is it really taking them this long to just do that?
Yeah.
Jail in a green for.
Oh, these are the guys that were in jail, right?
I don't think so.
No, that was part of the Arma 3 team, but I think they did do some work on this as well.
Yeah, I don't know if the concept itself can support a full game. As a mod, fine. As a distraction, as a long time distraction, even it works. But it does. I don't. Without some sort of rules or just really stringent systems in place, it just quickly devolves into this thing where
Yeah.
people shoot first, and zombies just sort of happen to be there as another distraction. But really, this is about collecting resources and making sure other players can't. And is that fun? Oh,
No.
I don't know.
No, especially if you sit there with a high-powered sniper rifle and pick off people as they spawn, and then just go rob
Which
their
is
shit.
What people were doing, yeah. It's actually surprising how many games this has spawned, though. And some of them kind of work. I was saying about these create your own adventure games. I bought Project Zomboid for like $10 the other day, which is it's essentially DayZ but top down and a lot more cartoony. And it works in that because it's single player. You go around, you get your resources, you get your guns and stuff, and you basically just try to survive. And that's kind of fun.
The thing is,
But it gets
you don't
old.
have the other players in there griefing.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
And I mean, I think something like this, and hopefully they implement something like this, but one thing that would probably at least keep this game together a bit longer would be to be given objectives when you first start. This is what you need to accomplish to advance, and maybe have other people have opposing objectives. So as people are trying to collectively work towards something, they're also sort of opposing one another. So that's you've got forces acting against you, and then you've got the zombies who are sort of just acting against everybody. So
To make
you've
the
got
game viable,
something.
they need to make the zombies considerably harder. So it actually forces you to work together. Because at the moment, with the when it first came out, the zombies, as you were saying, were just there. They didn't do anything. They weren't hard to run away from. So there was no point working together. You didn't need to.
Is this guy actually swinging his mouse? Because every time he swings the axe, everything moves around the screen.
Might be.
Don't drink the water. Okay. Well, maybe you'll be able to get to try this out on SteamOS, right? Install this and grab an old computer, install Linux, run a few commands, and you can right now take a look at where SteamOS sits on your
Ah.
Linux box.
So it's built right into the client now, right now, at least.
There's something out there for it, yeah. With a
Interesting.
specific SteamOS argument.
Hopefully that means that the OS is not very resource hungry. It's
Actually,
interesting.
I don't even know if you can play games with it yet, but you can access the system settings.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is anything interesting being dug up just yet?
Not that I know of.
Mhm.
I mean, it's going to be too early to even
Yeah,
think that this is what the final's going to be like.
right. And things can sort of change at a whim. But let's see, it's almost 2014. Where did the year go? And I think they're very soon or soon enough going to announce hardware partners. So they've got to be somewhere along with it.
And where did the year go? And what a year it was! Memorable with all those fantastic games that were released.
The year of the Wii U.
We are the Wii U.
God.
What a mess. All right, let's talk about Sony a little bit. PS4. So there's some chatter going on with the PS4. Ham, you said that the PS4 is actually out there.
Yeah. In fact, I was talking to somebody just yesterday that owns one. They were actually saying, "Oh, I'm going to install Warframe on my PS4." So
I didn't know it was already released. I thought it was released like this week or something like that. Okay.
yeah.
But there are some people saying that there are issues. People have participated in certain giveaways, and those specific units happen to be prone to driver update issues or something like that, where when you go to do a patch or update to the latest version of whatever Sony's pushing out, it causes your device to be bricked, meaning dead.
Like there's something going on. EA released a statement on Friday saying that the crashing, freezing, and bricking in all the PS4 games, not just EA's, was due to Sony's day one patch. They were saying that Sony released a day one firmware update and didn't roll out that didn't roll it out to the games so that they could have a patch for their games or anything like that. But then then it says Sony didn't like that too much, so EA's statement has since been removed.
Yeah, it became available on the 15th in North America.
Oh, a couple days ago.
Friday.
Okay.
What's the price on a PS4?
Isn't it like 400?
$400. $400, yeah.
I think so. Unless you want
expensive paperweight.
Unless you want to try and purchase it on in what is it, a week and a half? Here in the States, Black Friday.
Yeah.
I think you'll get some deals. $100
It says
off, something like that.
PlayStation 4 sales surpassed 1 million units in North America in 24 hours.
Hang on. To retailers or to the end users? That's what they're playing. They're playing this game now where they're surpassing these 1 billion sales to retailers. Well, you know what? That doesn't mean shit. That just means you've got a warehouse full of these fucking dust collectors.
You've got to please the investors by just throwing out numbers, big numbers.
Well, what else they have to do to please investors is compare it to Xbox One, which is what they've been doing this past week, talking about voice commands.
They have sold over 100% more than Xbox One has right now. Because Xbox hasn't been released yet.
So that's some good figures for you right there.
Yeah. 50% of all stats are made up on the spot.
I see what you did there.
So Sony wants you to know.
100% sure.
Sony wants you to know that the voice commands are like half working. That's pretty much what they're saying. They say that
Xbox One is going to give you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're saying you can't use it in apps, like you can't talk to it for Netflix to tell it to pause or play or something like that. You can turn it off by saying, "Shut the hell off," but you can't turn it back on. Actually, I don't know if that's a command.
Who wants voice activation?
Right. This is the feature no one asked for.
Yeah.
It's purely because Xbox One has it that they're trying to put it on there.
It's for all the armless gamers out there.
Apparently.
Well,
So they can sit there like A, B, B, X, X, Y, A, like button mash.
Now
Maybe we can make it work with armor, and then we won't need the second keyboard.
There you go. Run, dodge, duck, dive.
Duck, dodge.
Yeah.
Bullet.
Beat
Bullet
that
one.
guy.
Bullet two.
Kill him.
Bullet 1, bullet 2. Stop! Bullet time. Doom, doom, doom. That was bad.
Well, they say functionality will be added over time.
Yeah.
But one of the other things that they're trying to bring up
The
here
dust
is
collecting functionality will be added over time. You'll
it's
see the
part of-
value of this system.
it's part of the argument going over with the Xbox, where they're afraid that people are going to be turning on their Xboxes without realizing it, so that they're broadcasting to the world or something like that. Because Xbox, I believe you can turn it on, because it only goes in hibernation mode probably with your voice, whereas Sony you cannot turn it on.
Watching you.
Mhm.
It'll always be watching you.
It's always listening.
Yeah. So what can you? What are some things that you
You'll
can
go to
expect?
turn on your Xbox one day, and there'll be a message on your screen. I've heard what you've said about me lately.
So what are some of the things that are there are some things here that are noted that are interesting. First of all, I don't understand this, but apparently you cannot capture your own image using the camera for the Sony when it comes to making your avatar for your account. You cannot. You can grab your avatar from your Facebook account, or you can choose one from a preset list. That's it.
It's weird.
Yeah, I thought that was very strange.
Missed opportunity indeed.
But there is some sort of facial recognition thing so that you can like unlock your account or get into your account or something like that, and you'll be they'll ask you to do a lot of freeze frame poses
Retina scans.
as they're checking your face against the database with the NSA.
Is this avatar thing to do with safety in terms of you can't put up anything you like? Because if you've got to pull it from Facebook, there's limitations on what you can post on Facebook, which means all the images are decent.
No, because there's limitations of what you can post on Facebook only after somebody's reported. So you can throw something on Facebook and grab it immediately. Now you've got that avatar. I see. I don't know.
Yeah, unless they're constantly pulling from Facebook servers, which would be a dumb move. But
That's the only reason I could think why you would do that.
Do you hear about the Adobe password breach leak?
yeah,
150 million user accounts, approximately 150 million user accounts, complete with all their credentials, passwords, credit card information, gone.
Whoopsie.
sorry though, guys. We'll charge you on a different credit card after you put it in, because you can no longer buy our software anymore. It's just subscription based. So if you want to continue to access our software, just use a different credit card. Don't worry about the ones that.
We promise this won't happen again.
Yeah.
You know, not our bad. Have fun canceling all your other accounts everywhere else, and
yeah.
All right, so here's an article about the 7 details about the PlayStation 4 that you might not know. Party chat is actually party chat.
party.
Party.
Balloons and all.
Okay, there is
Party
a
on,
broadcast. If you're broadcasting gameplay, there is a PlayStation-themed standby screen, and that's the screen I showed you earlier, which is somewhere over here, the Indian Head one. I don't know why. There is a PlayStation Home button.
Home.
Where is that?
PlayStation Go Home, and
there
then
it is.
Just folds up and flies back to Japan.
And you can, but by double tapping,
Fuck! Don't press that button again.
double tapping the home button
Trying to
will
send
open
you
up the
home,
last app.
PlayStation. You too good for your home.
Takes you to the last app.
Mm-hmm. The last thing you had open. Double tapping that button will bring you to whatever you had open last.
If you press it once, it takes you
A
to
bottle
a
of
dashboard.
rum.
What else might be of interest? No, not interesting.
I agree with you. I really agree with you that they're not focusing on gameplay and the quality of gameplay anymore. They're trying to make it this social environment that, again, nobody asked for. It was just kind of forced on people. And so you force this on people, and then all of a sudden everybody says, oh, well, this is what everybody wants. No, it was forced on people. They weren't given an option. And
That's because you don't get to choose who you socialize with.
Exactly. Well, that's, people play games to get away from people having to socialize with people that they don't want to socialize with.
Right.
If I want to go into a game and carry on a conversation with people, I will do it on Skype, which we normally do. We'll have a Skype call going or something like that. The people that are yeah. The people that are going in there to, like, I'm going to make new friends today in, like, Minecraft or in World at War or World of Warcraft or whatever. I'm going to make new. You're not going to make any new friends. You're not going to have quality friends. You're going to have people that are going to try and screw you over eventually. That's what it's going to boil down to.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, they're going to try and screw you over. Because people suck.
It's true.
Trying to force people to socialize with people who suck is stupid.
And it's still up to the game, usually, to make sure that you're in the same team with your actual friends in the same game on the same server.
Yeah.
How many problems does that occur with that matchmaking? And most of these consoles, they don't give you as many choices as you have on the PC.
And then you port that over to PC, and it just pisses the PC player off even more. The number of times that we would go into a game,
like Battlefield.
Yeah, we're all on the same, all in friends list. Try and get in the same server. Okay, that happened. For whatever reason, everybody on your friends list is divided evenly, so half against half. That makes zero fucking sense. You got 4 people on the friends list, 4 people playing on the same server, 4 people, joining this server. Why not put them on the same team so they can squad up? Because that's really what's going to happen. No, force them to play with people that are just going to grief and be stupid, because that's what people are. People are stupid. Thanks, EA. I just got to say thanks.
It's in the game.
It's in the game.
Yeah. Jump into a game of Battlefield. Opposite Breesy, he keeps sniping me everywhere I go, and I get frustrated and throw the mouse and I have to rage quit. Rather be on his team for a reason. No. No, but I have gotten a little frustrated with some of that sometimes. No, I
would you
quit.
People don't like you, Breesy.
I don't blame him. I fucking hate me too. It's a nightmare.
Drinking his blood.
I gotta live with me.
Yeah. You gotta live with you. You don't.
All right, so try on worlds. Switching away from everything. Actually, that's not the next one. Next one up is Microsoft.
You're all over the place.
I meant to jump to Microsoft. I wanted to bring up Microsoft because it's not necessarily game related yet. All right, Microsoft has something coming out where you're going to be an app for Microsoft Windows 8 that allows you to design 3D printable objects.
And here comes all the pixelated penises.
Yes,
I'm going to download that right now and make a pixelated penis.
But what I'm bringing up here is, why can this not be applied to video games? Is this could this be a tutorial for people to learn how to make models and then later on apply them to other situations such as video games?
Yeah, definitely.
Who is going to use this other than someone who is into modeling and already does it?
Yeah,
people who want to see those penises come to life.
Pedophiles out there everywhere. Yes, blot that penis. Blot that penis.
Yes. Someone who wants to sell it online so that everybody can do that. Yes. All right. I can't even say it. All right.
What? Yes.
So going on with, so I don't know if this is going to be like a step in the direction of teaching people how to make models and use them, or like I actually didn't think of the idea that who's going to care. I think a lot of people eventually will care. Eventually will want to be able to print, just like people want to be able to print that document instead of type it on the typewriter. They're eventually going to want to print that 3D object.
It's what it's going to be is they're trying to create a thing where you need this. You really, really need this. You don't need this. Nobody needs this. Nobody's asked for this. Yet they're going to do what they did with the forcing the gaming environment to the direction of having to, be in a community with everybody else. That's not what people want. That's not what they asked for. Yet they're going to try and force that on you and say this is what direction everybody wants us to go.
All right.
Yeah, just like the voice commands.
Exactly, just like the voice commands. How are you going to make a 3D printing app work with just voice commands?
Penis. Let's go.
Xbox One, penis.
Bear in mind, this is on Windows 8, so it may not work at all.
It may not. Installing this app may brick your device.
If it does work, it'll probably break something else from Windows 8. That's what I find.
Like Skype?
Like Skype. It's a good one.
That's what happened. Someone turned an Xbox One on and broke Skype.
All right, moving on. Tryon Worlds. Tryon Worlds has put together a brand new kind of game. One that's never been done before.
Yeah.
Now, Tryon Worlds, they've made a number of different games, but for some, I should actually call up which games that they've made because I can't remember right off the top of my head here.
It's Rift, Defiance, End of Nations, and I believe that is it.
So why do they have to copy another game and make their version of Minecraft?
It's following the fad.
Because again, everybody asked for 8-bit games. This is bullshit. It's being forced upon us.
Completely agree.
Is it a case of because it's 8-bit, it's easy to make, which means you can get one out quickly, get the money while it's out there?
I don't know.
Minecraft worked because of the fad it started and the user group that it created. Are they willing to switch to something else? Maybe a very small percentage of them are, but that's probably it.
Voxels are great because you can build whatever kind of world you want to build. It's like taking Legos, and anyone can pick up Legos and build something really cool with them.
Oh, he said Legos, but he didn't say trademark after that.
No.
Can't say Lego.
You can actually even build things outside of the game that we have a pipeline for importing them into the game.
A pipeline. A
That's
Lego
right.
pipeline.
When you actually have real people playing your games.
This is literally no different to Minecraft.
No.
It's, you've got Minecraft.
It's got more objects in it.
You see where they've gone. The next step is Minecraft is only 8-bit. This is now 16-bit gaming.
Well, maybe we should really rally up behind this and just like push it like it's the best game ever and see what happens.
This is the best show ever.
It's what they're doing is, I mean, they're ruining it. So Minecraft, it came from obscurity, it became popular. Everybody sort of bought it or at least looked into what it was. Some people sort of latched on and said, this is really great. This is sort of what I wanted for a long time, and those people kind of stuck with it. Then other people said, okay, it's fun enough, but it's not for me, and they moved on. But it seems like a lot of people never got the picture, a lot of developers, Me Too developers, because they just develop all these sort of Minecraft alikes. It's a slightly different spin. You can do something just a little bit different that you can't do in Minecraft, but essentially it's the same thing. It's this huge world where you mine resources and then you, I don't know, build stuff. And I think by creating so many of them, you just kind of ruin the magic, if there was any there, of Minecraft to begin with, and you saturate the market with these types of games, and now nobody wants to play them. Mm-hmm. And I mean, that's sort of how I think we all feel. We look at one of these games and we say, well, Minecraft already kind of did this, most of this. I don't need to play this game. And that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm feeling like when I look at Trove.
Well, what we just saw was an alpha stages of gameplay.
It's going to get better, folks.
Now with even more blocks.
So you can sign up for the alpha of Trove. on Tryon's World's website.
Let me go do that right now because I can't wait.
It's going to be a free-to-play game, so even if you don't get into the alpha or the beta,
anytime that there is something that you can sign up for alpha, Foil has to get in there and get his name registered before somebody else does.
So,
sure, of course.
That is the best thing to do if you ever get an announcement to get into a game that you think Foil might play.
Don't say it.
His name. Because then when he registers, he's like, "What the fuck?"
Why would somebody take that name?
Yeah, just like when they chose it for Yahoo way back when. That's when it all started.
Tryon has made a fan out of me when they made Rift. It was a game that I didn't think I was going to like, and I played, I think, the beta period, and I absolutely loved it for some reason. And I thought Rift was done very well. It got sort of lukewarm to positive reviews, but for the most part, I really dug it. And Defiance was something else that was a bit different. It wasn't that great, but it was definitely a different take on an MMO. And now you've got, End of Nations. I think they're working with a different developer, and they ended up sort of wrestling that away from them. It's going to turn into a MOBA now instead of an RTS MMO. And this Trove thing just seems to be some other weird MMO. I've got faith in them.
Yeah.
I just don't like this. I don't like the existence of this. Doesn't
like the existence. Did you get an email from Dawngate? Register for the Dawngate beta?
I don't think I got that.
You probably, you may or may not. My problem with this is that this comes from a company that is they're the developer of this game. It's being published by EA. I have no idea what this company is, this Dawngate. However, EA has seen fit to give them my email address to pre-qualify me for this beta for this MOBA game. I'm not overly impressed with that, EA. I thought you guys probably would. I'm guessing it's probably something to do with the EA account required for Star Wars. And I don't think you actually signed up for one, did you, Foil?
No.
Okay.
I don't think I've had anything through, though. And I would have.
I don't think so either.
Well, what the fuck then, EA? What the fuck?
All right. I don't know. Speaking of blocks, Lego Minifigures has a new game coming out where you can register for the beta, speaking of registrations, for the online game. But I have to ask...
I thought this failed.
Didn't it already fail?
That was Lego Universe.
What's the difference?
What is this? This is Lego
Universe
rebooted then.
I don't know.
Funcom's turn.
I wonder how this is... I don't get this, because this actually failed. So all they're doing is they're just kicking it off again. You know what? It failed because it was subscription-based, though, wasn't it? I wonder if they're just launching it free.
It used to be the Universe, Lego Universe, right?
Yeah, it was subscription-based, and it was targeted towards children, when in reality, children probably don't even play with Legos anymore. It's all the adults who really wanted to play it. So if you typed anything in, it was actually moderated and filtered before it was actually sent out to anybody else. It was weird stuff like that. They put all these sort of safeguards in for children. I expect this to be the same, but this will probably be action focus a bit more.
Less safeguards?
Why are they showing like a figure skating Lego on sand? I don't get that. Is that symbolism of some sort that I'm not getting?
You can do anything you want to if you try.
That's right. Of course.
If Sesame Street taught me one thing. Is it so? This is
all right. I've had enough.
It's going to be what? This is going to be a Well, it's an MMORPG. Oh, awesome.
With Legos.
I think, yeah,
Legos.
I think whereas the Lego universe was, it was an action game, but you can still build stuff. I think they've taken out the building completely now, and this is more like those Lego games that you see on consoles and stuff.
Fuck, pointless then. That's what Lego's all about, is building.
Yeah.
Now it's just another MMO, collect the shit, mindless zombie, blah, blah, blah. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Lego.
Yeah, they're missing the point. Completely missing.
They are, because even the console Lego games, you still built stuff.
Yeah. So in Lego Universe, they gave you an instance where you could you collected parts out in the world, and then you sort of went back to your little instance and you built things. I'm not sure what you could do beyond building things and inviting other people to look at what you built, but you could still build stuff. From what I've read, that is no longer in this version of the game. It's completely out, and you just sort of walk around smashing things.
Right.
So you're teaching people to be destructive.
Yeah.
Break what other people built if it's better than what you built. It's the American dream.
Mm-hmm.
What's the name of that horse off that GTA mod where he was going around stomping on people?
What it was called.
Puna or something. Punya or
Puni, whatever. Yeah, that's the horse. That's the Lego horse that we were referring to. Puni,
Punikins or something like that, right?
Punikins. Yeah, Punikins.
That's it.
yeah.
That's it.
Oh boy. All right. Here's another game. This is an inspirational story that I thought I'd throw in here for Ham. Here is a game that's being developed. They did have a successful thing over at Kickstarter, but one person is developing this procedurally generated space simulation game. Just one person.
First you give us the money, then we suffocate you. Now you know what it's like to be in space. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah. So, you can make the little games, or you can make the big games, and you can do it with a team.
I'm really tired of Kickstarter, because honestly,
oh yeah, me too.
Kickstarter, if it would have been what it, when Kickstarter came out, it was. I mean, we've had this discussion so many times. It was awesome. It was an awesome thought. It was a place where people could get crowdsourced funding. It turned into a way to whore your idea of people giving you money. That was your idea. I've got a great idea for a game. Really? What is it? People are going to give me money. For what? Well, because I've got this great idea for a game.
Well, hey,
sign me up. Here's my wallet.
It does go both ways. There are people who are purposely giving money to these Kickstarters, and then right after they get their special gift, they dispute the charge on their credit card, and it gets kicked back, and they don't get any money.
Wow.
That's been happening too.
You get these Kickstarters that are fully funded. The special gift isn't going to arrive for quite a while. You can't dispute a charge 3 months later, 4 months later, 6 months later, depending on what it is.
But they don't charge you until it ships. That's why.
If it's fully funded. Once that Kickstarter is fully funded, those funds are released. Therefore, you're charged for it.
Okay.
At that point.
Yep.
I suppose maybe some Kickstarters will send the gift
right
beforehand.
Away.
Yeah,
right
maybe
away. Shirts, or I don't know, get a car, and if you kickstart a lot of money.
Start a Kickstarter so I can buy a Lamborghini snowplow. And if I reach my goal, I'll have it so that certain level of funding or certain level of donation gets you a picture of the Lamborghini fitted with the snowplow. Next one, and if there's the super donor, will get a ride in the Lamborghini with the snowplow.
2-minute ride.
Strapped to the snowplow portion. Because I wouldn't want that type of person in my car. If you're going to be that stupid to give me money so I can buy a Lamborghini and fit it with a snowplow, I don't want you in the car.
The picture signed by the Lamborghini snowplow.
You will get. I will allow you to be strapped to the front of the snowplow.
I digress. We need to talk about research.
That actually
Human
might be a
snowplow.
fun ride. Get strapped to a snowplow with all the snow.
Fresh snow only, not after it ices up.
Yeah.
Just a little
Fresh no guaranteed.
research.
Right now, someone is actually stealing that idea and signing up for that Kickstarter as we speak.
That's me.
Snowplow Guinea.
Don't even need a snowplow. Right?
Snowplow Guinea. Yes, it's Italian.
All right, one more thing for those aspiring developers. There is a mobile game challenge, make a mobile game challenge, being put together by Havok, the same people who do the Havok engine, I think it is. Well, anyway, they're doing their own game engine, Havok, and if you can make a game for it and they like it, you have the potential of winning $100,000. But you have to build it with their engine.
You build
Which,
it with
by
their.
the way, is also their
if
own
they like it,
scripting language.
if they
and stuff
like
like
it,
that.
yeah, you submit everything to them. If they like it, you have the potential to win 100,000. If they don't like it, you don't win the 100,000. But
most
they'll
likely they
take your
will be
idea.
stealing it. Either way.
Thanks for doing all the hard work. And this Project Anarchy, they're just thinking, it's worked for Steam.
Mm-hmm.
Valve's rocked this thing so far. Well, she's not here to carry on that conversation.
All right, so now this other thing that I came across this morning is, let's see if I can find out where the topic is. Okay, so if you're looking for a day off from work or something like that, you're sitting in work and you primarily work on computers, there's a website you can go over to and click what kind of virus you want to show on the screen. Choose one out of 3. Kernel panic, broken monitor, blue screen of death. Click it and it shows up on your screen, and all you have to do is like, all right, I guess I should go and do whatever, and then you just leave work with the blue screen of death or something on your computer. How can you work if your computer's broken?
I like
That
it.
would not work for my job.
That's
Oh,
interesting.
wouldn't it?
I think I want to go to Best Buy and visit this website on all the computers and show all blue screens.
That's funny.
And watch them all get reboot. Not actually find out what's wrong. They reboot them all. There you go.
Just casually.
That's like
scroll in,
funny
dude.
shit.
Yeah.
Go to AT&T store and have all the phones show something like this. Good too.
Should have bought an iPhone.
Sounds like the Hot Pocket guy. All right.
What happens if you click one of those right now, Flo?
It's just a picture of the page. Nothing.
Oh. Yeah, but if you go to that page, what happens if
It
you
would
click
go-
one? Like, does it
It
shut
would
us
go
all
full
down?
screen on one of the monitors. No, it's
Oh,
just
yeah.
like going full screen. That's it. All right, now I have
Just
a
happened to me.
yeah, I have a couple closing videos to choose from, and I think I'm going to choose mine over one that was submitted earlier this week. Yeah, just
I've
I
just got
could
a
not
quick
take that
question
singing.
for everyone. Did anyone hear back from Extraction?
No.
Other than
I never
signing
got
up,
the first email, so discuss amongst yourselves.
other than signing up the second time, yeah, nothing.
No, right, okay. I was just making sure it wasn't just me.
Yeah, no, you're hated just like the rest of us.
No, that's right then.
I've got something to say, humorously. It was my aunt's birthday party last night, which is why I was in the middle of fucking nowhere, Alberta, for in a horrendous snowstorm. And part of the thing that we had to do was it was at a bowling alley, so we did bowling and whatever. And the woman that was running the bowling alley, she she plugged in like $50 worth of loonies into the jukebox, and people were like picking a song, and then it was quiet, and people would come up and pick a song, and we were in there for a couple hours, and then she's like, okay, well, you guys have to leave in like 3 minutes. I've booked another party after you. And my niece who had booked this, or my cousin, I guess, who had booked this, was pissed because she was supposed to have it for the night. So she was upset. I'm like, oh, don't let it bother you. We'll get them. So what we did is, the song "Informer" by Snow.
Nope.
It's horrible white rap. It is just horrible from like 1991 or some shit. It is. Google it later. You'll be. Anyways, so we put that on the jukebox like 40 or 50 times in a row. So those poor bastards that are bowling in there after us were not happy.
That's the kind of passive aggressive resistance I like.
I thought, what, this is cruel yet unusual. Cruel and unusual.
All right, anybody else have any funny stories they want to give us or serious comments they need to make us endure before we close the show? No. Okay.
Well, just use that Windows 8 thing to build 3D penises, and you'll do the world great favors. I don't know. That's all.
Great service.
A great service to the world.
Yes, of course. All right. On that, I am going to try and find this closer and say thank you to our hosts for taking the time out to chat today. Thank you very much, Breesy, for joining us today.
No problem.
And thank you, Ham, for joining us today.
Glad to be here.
Jeff, thank you very much for joining us today. Stryder.
It's always something to do on Sunday mornings.
I often get them confused.
You're supposed to use the aliases. Keep the creepers away.
Oh, darn. All right. Finally, I want to thank you, the fans of MODSonair.com and the subscribing members of MODSonline.com. You make the show possible. We'll be back next weekend. Enjoy those 3D printed penises.
Yes.
Bye. Thanks for watching this week, and come back next week when we will broadcast another live show. Details for this and all past episodes can be found at MODSonair.com. We welcome your feedback via email at mailbag@modsonair.com. And please consider subscribing to modsonline.com to support our show. The opinions expressed by individuals on this program are not necessarily the opinions of our sponsors, owners, or partners. Now, you see, I liked this cartoon here.
Barrel and Fox, Barrel and Fox. They are best friends because being friends rocks. Video game Barrel and Fox.
Is this Super Adventure Time thing?
Nope.
No.
Barrels alone. Barrels alone. Fox is smashed up. So barrels alone.
What exactly were you like looking for when you found this?
I don't know. Just came across it. There you go.
That's
Barrel and Box.
What?
That's the standard background objects in most video games. A barrel or a box.
Not quite sure what I just saw then.
All right.
Well, I like to refer to it as a crate
Crate, of course.
or a drum.
Crate or drum. Okay, instead of barrel or box.
yeah.
Be civil.
All right, everyone.
It's a
Stay tuned.
volumetric cube or a volumetric cylinder.
All right, stay tuned for the commercials that in no way whatsoever help support the production of this program.
Yeah, don't
See you all
watch
next
them.
week. No, don't watch them.
Watch us, not the commercials.
Right.